والسلام على رسول الله وبعد. The next two hadith will be about the day of Jum'ah. So we start with hadith of Abu Huraira. Both are from Abu Huraira. So the first one, he says that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, لا تخص ليلة الجمعة بقيام من بين الليالي ولا تخص يوم الجمعة بصيام من بين الأيام إلا أن يكون في صوم يصومه أحدكم رواه مسلم. وعنه قال سمعت رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا يصومن أحدكم يوم الجمعة إلا يوما قبله أو بعده متفق عليه. Abu Huraira narrated, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, do not choose the Friday night among all other nights for standing in prayer. So for instance, a person says, oh, Friday is a blessed day, the night is blessed from Salatul Maghrib of Thursday, I want to devote my time at night to prayer on a Friday night. So the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, no, don't do this. Except, let's say someone usually wakes up at night ordinarily, then there's nothing wrong with this. But if he's trying to get Barakah Friday and says, I want to wake up on Friday to pray, no. And the same thing also applies to fasting. He should not choose Friday among all other days for fasting. So he says, oh, I want to get the Barakah of Friday, I'm going to fast on Friday. No. Except that one you have been accustomed to. That is, if it is something you do regularly. For instance, fasting of Yamul Bid, 13, 14, 15. Then maybe it falls on a Friday. And then you can fast on a Friday. So this is the first hadith. The second hadith says, I heard Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wasallam saying, none of you should observe fast on Friday, except that you should observe fast either one day before it or one day after it. Either one day before it or one day after it. Khairan Muslim. And then we know that the day before it is Thursday, which is a day that we are encouraged to fast anyways. Fasting of Mondays and Thursdays. So if you're going to fast on Friday, make sure you fast on Thursday. Or you can fast on Saturday if you are of the opinion that fasting on Saturday is permissible. We discussed this issue before, that there are some of the ulama who believe that fasting on Saturday is totally out of it. It's totally out of it if it is not a wajib fast. And they brought the hadith that the Prophet Muhammad said, La tasumu yawm as-sabt. Do not fast on Saturday except for a fasting that has been made compulsory on you. Even if you have to eat liwa shajara, like the bark of a tree. So majority of the ulama say this hadith is not authentic. A minority of them say the hadith is authentic. So if you are of those who believe that it's authentic, that means Saturday is totally out of it for you. But if you are amongst those who believe that you can fast on Saturday if it's voluntary, then you can fast on Friday and then follow it up with Saturday. Wallahu alam. Inshallah, we'll stop here and we'll continue next time. Jazakumu. Assalamu alaikum.